Hello, my name is Boykins. I am 32 years old and I am a firefighter in New York City for the FDNY. So I attended City McDonough Magnet School in Lowell, Massachusetts. We did MicroSociety all the way from kindergarten to the eighth grade. And my experience for MicroSociety, it was great. I went there from kindergarten to eighth grade, so it was I had a lot of jobs. My last year for eighth grade, I was a judge. And then seventh grade, I was a lawyer. And then sixth grade, I believe, I had two different jobs. I worked in the marketplace and I also was a tax collector. My favorite job was probably being a lawyer, but then the most fun I had was when I was a judge. I think it's because of just being young, and I know you had to have this pedestal, but you just kind of have this power, and you had the robe, and it was fun, but it was a lot more work, and it was sometimes it got a little tedious. Whereas lawyer it was exciting. It was like your personality. You get to ask questions. You get to, it kind of like blended in like real world, like acting into like legal terms. You had to study like the school handbook and use the policies. You could even sue a teacher. My first job as a lawyer was probably my most interesting case. So I had this one guy who I guess was calling this girl names, and I thought I had it in the bag because during the questions and the practice part, he was saying that he admitted to it. But then when we get in trial of the day, and I should have anticipated, he said no, he didn't. So it threw all my questions. I had like a whole pamphlet of questions ready to go. And why would you do this? And why would you do that? And then how did this make her feel? And then he completely changed up his thing. And my best friend was actually the opposing side, and he just looks at me and smiles because it was his whole plan all along. And I'm just like, I remember thinking like, oh God, he got me. And I lost that case. Two things that were really difficult for me in MicroSociety that I had to overcome was in seventh grade being a lawyer. It was a lot of work and a lot of interviewing and a lot of like tedious stuff. But I would say being a judge. So the fact that I was a judge, even though during outside of micro, I couldn't really be involved in like gossip and drama and stuff like that. Being a kid, I had this kind of certain image, even though it's just MicroSociety. But if I were to go out and let's say start a rumor or make fun of somebody or do something that's just not becoming of a judge, then I could lose being a judge or be penalized and not be able to be a judge. I would have to walk away from certain situations if my friends were talking about something and I felt like I was like, oh no, I can't get involved in this. Right now, I'm Engine 29, which is in downtown Brooklyn. I'm in the engine. So the engine does EMS and operates the hose line to put out the fire. The engine is a lot of teamwork. So I guess MicroSociety could have given me the skills to work in a team well and communication skills, because firefighting is huge with communication. 100% positive that MicroSociety has played roles that I don't even know in helping me in this job. I wouldn't say as much in the like showing up in a trauma scene kind of atmosphere. I don't think they really taught me how to be a firefighter because that wasn't one of the jobs they had back then. But I would say in a sense of communication, like leadership skills, being present, wanting to help the community, empathy, taking charge, especially being a lawyer and then being a judge where you had to kind of take charge. You don't really know that you're learning these skills because you're just, you're young first off. So it's exciting you're doing your job. But yeah, we had to run meetings as judges, we had to like address the courtroom, public speaking. As a lawyer, you have to go stand up in front of a whole jury. Yeah, there was because there's so many different fields. So I'm sure it has to help you. I think it helped. If it was in high school or college, it would help you more and you would know it's helping you. But since you are young, you don't even know that it's helping you. That's what I'll say. Because I remember just having fun. So I wasn't really like kind of thinking, oh, I'm going to get all these skills and stuff. But yeah, you had to apply for jobs. You had to hand in a resume, interview, and then you basically take over. The teachers, they don't really, they may help, but they sit back. And it's basically like you're running the entire thing. There is no way that nobody can deny anyone that went to micro, like you took something from it, I'm sure the more time that goes by in your life, you really can't like pick and choose little things, but MicroSociety is its own experience. I feel like there's nothing like it. I was like honored to go to City Magnet. I still love that school. So I was upset when it closed down because I used to think like, how does such a historical school close down? We actually fought as students to keep City Magnet open for an additional year, which was our eighth grade year. But we fought for that last year because they were going to send us to a different school. Like we were like, no, wait, we're not okay with this, and we we can say something. And we did. Everyone, we literally, I mean, we went around and we like signed all these forms and did all this stuff. And yeah, they let us keep one more year. And that's micro, 100%. The fact that we really kind of band together as like 8th graders, 7th graders, you know, 6th, even like 4th graders, you know, it was like, hey, like we want this. Even to save 1 year that's a big deal. I think the best way to share the micro mindset is kind of just to do it. In my opinion, there's like a lacking in like real world kind of like, you know, studies and teaching. And I think that, yeah, of course you want the basics, you know, arithmetic, English and all that stuff, but you're basically learning what you're going to be doing for the rest like your life. You're going to be in the society working, getting money, learning how to save. Like there's so many things, you know. So I think every school should have it. Shout out to Mr. Malone, our principal. He was a great principal. And he really loves MicroSociety. It's crazy how it's spread all over the world. Like I mean, I can see it because I just don't see how other schools just didn't say, hey, why are we not doing this? You know, I really, to this day, cannot understand how it's not like in every single school.